That's a jumping rope, right? If you know the vocabulary for the first word, the rope, you can check that this is a jumping rope. And you are very probably familiar with this subject. The thing that you use to sleep when you go camping. Because when you are, even in Spanish, we call it like this. What's the name of this, Laurita?
Sleeping. Sleeping clothes or
Kinda. How do you call this? Look at this object.
bagage, bags.
Kinda. It's only a bag.
Bag.
This is a bag.
A sleeping bag.
Exactly. That's a sleeping bag. A sleeping bag is a bag used for the purpose of sleeping.
Okay.
As you can see, you can use association to create vocabulary in your mind. So this is the way we use words. We transform a verb into an adjective using an ing. Well, a verb into a noun using an ing. And then you transform the noun and you use it as an adjective. Let's take a note on this. Observe. We are transforming a verb, a simple verb, into a noun using the ing. And then we are using this noun as an adjective to describe an object. Take a note on these words. Questions?
No,
Questions?
teacher.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, with this information, we are going to learn some new information. In order to get more and more inspiration for your speech and for your writing exercises, you need to get more and more familiar with vocabulary. I am going to help you get more vocabulary using this methodology. This is the action of sew, and this is a verb. I sew my clothes. Some friends sew and make clothes. If I use the ing, I am using the description, sewing, or a noun, the activity of sewing. If I collocate the word sewing before the word machine, I create the word sewing machine to describe this. This is a sewing machine. A machine used for the purpose of sewing. The next one is the action of fry. This machine is frying some potato pieces to make French fries. Using the ing, I can transform this into a concept. Frying pan. A frying pan is an object or is a pan used for the purpose of frying. There are different types of pans. In the past classes we saw. There are woks, there is a pan for the soup, there is a pan for the beans. There are specific usages for the pans. This is a specific frying pan for the purpose of frying. And we can use the vocabulary that we know to name other things. For example, what is, if I tell you what is Tinder, what is this kind of applications that are used for the purpose of dating, what will be the name? Who has an idea? No? Anyone?
Dating app.
Dating app. We got it. If we are talking about shoes for the purpose of running,
Running shoes.
running shoes, let's go. All right. If we are going to make a list when we are going shopping, we are making a, come on guys, don't be shy.
Shopping list.
Shopping list, that's right. Very good. And then at the end, if we are using this, a board, a wooden board to cut vegetables, how do you call the board? What's the name of the board?
Cutting.
Cutting. And the name?
Table, no cutting board.
That's a board, exactly. Cutting board. Good. We have a cutting board. The table or the room. No, the table. The table that is used for dinner or for the action of dining. It's called a? What's the name of this table?
Dining room.
Table.
Dining table.
Dining table in the dining room. That's correct. Tinder is a dating app. We have running shoes, shopping list, chopping board or cutting board, and dining table. If you want more examples, you have a lot. A lot of examples using the ing. You have the sewing machine, the shooting range, the carving knife. This is a baking sheet, boiling pan, frying pan. The machine that we have over here, etc., etc. A lot of examples. Why this is important? This is important because you will probably have these kind of questions in the exam. When you are writing, when you are making a composition, you need to have the ability to write about these compositions, about these words. Okay. Do you have any question in this moment?
No, teacher, thank you.
Well, let's do an exercise. Okay. We are going to write a little composition about an article that we can do. This is writing part 2. Write an article. Yeah, let's call it over here. Okay, so let's take a little writing composition. This is another composition. Take a screenshot about this one, because this is going to be our help for the exam. Take a screenshot and send it to the group, please. Did you send it to the group? Perfect. Okay. Very good. Okay, so in this moment, we are going to do a little example. This is an example of a composition that you need to create for the exam. Okay, the idea is that in the exam you have the ability to use let's call it like this. Okay. In the exam, you will need to answer to this following question. Okay, this is a demonstration of the article in the writing test. And you need to write an article, a story, or an email. The writing section can include an email, a story, or an article. In this case, we are going to see an example of an article. And the article goes like this. What makes you laugh? Write an article telling us what you find funny and who you enjoy laughing with. Do you think it's good to laugh a lot? Why? The best articles answering these questions will be published next month. In the answer, we have this. I love to watch comedies a lot because it makes me laugh. The comedy I love the most is the Chinese Running Man, ing. I enjoy watching and laughing it with my family. These are words after the word enjoy. You see, it's not correct to say I enjoy to watch or I enjoy to laugh. All right. In the show, famous actors and actresses must overcome some challenging quests. Challenging is similar to difficult, and quests is similar to adventure. Difficult adventure, challenging quests. ING description. Such as trading a coffee, ING. Trading a coffee bean with someone else for something more expensive. And racing in the mud to capture the flag. The storylines are very interesting, and they always tickles my funny bone. Laughing out loud is great. Laughing can help us to release stress and make us feel better. It may also make us more attractive too. And that is correct. If you are happy, you are attractive. So let's bring it on. I need you to write an article answering what makes you laugh. This task must take up to 20 minutes, no more. You have only 20 minutes to do this writing test. I'm going to give you this time to start writing your composition. Are you ready, guys?
Yes.
Okay, when you are ready, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're ready to start writing, because you are going to copy it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Yes, via WhatsApp. Give me a thumbs up when you are ready. Okay, Elsa is ready. Ivana is ready. What about Benji? What about Hector? What about Laurita?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to start the clock right now. 1, 2, 3, action. You have 20 minutes. Let's go. Who finished? We still have 4 minutes, right? What about you? Oh, great. Send it to me. Where is it? You can send it to me via WhatsApp. Or
I send you in message in some.
oh, I didn't see it. Okay. Okay. Let me check. Oh, can you send it to me in WhatsApp because I cannot copy paste from Zoom.
I don't know why my computer can't
Can't copy paste.
can't open WhatsApp web. I don't know why, but
Oh,
I will try again.
okay. Please, because I cannot copy from the chat. Hmm. Yeah, no, I cannot copy. Help. Because I want to check it right now with you.
No, teacher, I cannot open my WhatsApp web. I don't know why. I am trying to scan the QR code, but I can't open.
Okay, it's time to do some magic. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. No, don't send it on the WhatsApp chat, no, on the Zoom chat. Send it on WhatsApp because I cannot copy.
Okay.
Please. Save on downloads. Perfect. Downloads. Oops. All right. We are going to correct the first text that we have here, okay? Time's up. Let's begin with corrections. Okay, I'm going to correct each one of them, and we are going to correct it circling in red, okay? So I enjoy talking with others. Others, it's spelled A-T-H-E-R. Spelling is very important. It's important in the exam, okay? So be careful with that. Also, because others, I want you to see this. An otter is an animal. And look at this. And they are beautiful animals, you know? Otter. This is an otter. Look at this little baby over here. It's Rocket Raccoon's friend. So if you
I love
enjoy,
others.
so if you enjoy talking to others, that's
I
interesting.
love talking to others.
Yeah. I enjoy talking to cockroaches sometimes. So there we go. Spelling. Okay. Sometimes they have stories that make me happy. Stories that make me happy. One day I was talking with Daniel, my friend. Actually, he's a really funny boy. Okay, good job. And he was telling me when he went to Veracruz to his practices. He went to Veracruz to his practices of biology. In this case, we cannot use the connector to. We need to change it for the connector for his practices. And this is when you need to transform practices of biology into biology practices. Okay. Biology practices. When he was at the beach, practices, period. There is something here about commas. Guys, commas are very different in Spanish and in English. So if you don't know, what to put, better use a period. The rules of commas are very, very complex in English, and we are going to see them in the next level. I strongly recommend you substitute all the commas for periods. Okay? So after a period, we use a capital letter. When he was at the beach, comma, okay, that one is correct. He bought 2 crab bolovanes and he got sick for 8 them. This is the one that we were practicing. We need an ing in this case. He got sick for eating them. There is no point on using the verb in past because we are talking about the activity of eating bolovanes. This is a noun. That's why it's so important. Yesterday's class. Recover yesterday's class, Jime. Okay? Now he hates a lot the bolovanes. Okay. He hates a lot of bolovanes and Veracruz. Okay, let's switch this. What is the word that we use to replace? To replace nouns. Anyone help? What do we use to replace nouns to avoid repetition? We saw it in previous classes.
It?
Aha, a pronoun. Correct. We need pronouns to replace repeated nouns. We spoke about bolovanes before, so it's not necessary to repeat the word. Bolovanes is plural. The pronoun for a plural object is not it. What is the pronoun?
Them.
Theirs?
Whoa, them.
They.
They and them.
Ah, okay.
If you say now he hates, you need the pronoun before the word a lot. Why? Because the receiver is after the verb. The position is person, verb, person. No person, verb, a lot, person. You know what I mean, Jimmy? What is the correction in this case?
Now we hate them a lot.
Exactly. Now he hates them a lot. Them and Veracruz too. And Veracruz as well. You need some information and Veracruz what? Okay? Period. We visited Veracruz 3 weeks ago. Period. We was at the beach. Watch out for this one. We cannot say we was. What is the verb to be for we, Jimé?
We were.
We were. What happened? Eh? This is kindergarten English. We were at the beach.
Sorry.
And he started to eat bolovanes. And he started. That's another yesterday's class.
Starting.
But which one is the verb in past?
Eating.
Complete?
No. He started eating.
Exactly. Eating, and then you repeated the word.
Them.
Them. Exactly. Don't repeat words. Okay. The next one is a very interesting site. All this section is very, very interesting. Very, very good. But you don't need to make questions. You can use the connector what as a connector, not a question. So your sentence can look like this. I don't understand what is the logic. And it's correct. The question mark was not necessary in this case because when you write an article, you cannot ask questions. There is no person that can answer you. In an article, you cannot write a question. Do you get it?
Okay.
The question is, are you talking in present or in past?
No. In present.
In present.
No, in past. In past. I don't understand what. I didn't understand.
Exactly. Because are you talking about, did you understand in that moment or you don't understand in this moment?
No,
it's possible.
at that moment.
At that moment, then we say didn't. What didn't you understand?
Why he was eating them if he first.
I understand the concept. But according to this sentence, what didn't you understand?
The logic.
The logic. The logic in this moment or the logic of that moment?
Of that moment.
Then what is the correction?
I don't know.
Observe it.
I didn't
Right.
understand the logic.
Incomplete. Why are you ignoring words?
It's easy. It's easier for me. Isn't it correct? I didn't understand the logic.
It's correct, but you are omitting words.
His logic.
Don't omit words. Don't omit words.
What was the logic?
Exactly. What was the logic?
Yeah.
Mhm. Now the next part is very interesting. Is this a question or an affirmation?
No, an affirmation.
An affirmation. According to the rules of the verb to be, in the affirmation, the verb be goes after the subject, not before. Take a note on that one. That's super important. Everybody take a note on that one. When you say the connector what, don't use the word was after it, because that is in a question, and this is not a question. Okay? In an article, we never use emojis, neither expressions or onomatopoeic words. Never. Okay? We use these kind of expressions only for WhatsApp expressions. In an official exam, you can get a cancellation of your text if you write it like that. Okay. What the logic was? But you know what? He got sick again. Period. This expression is also not necessary. Again, you are not asking questions to nobody, but he got sick again.
Okay.
So all these expressions, the emoji, the yayas, even this is even incorrect in English informal writing in WhatsApp because this is pronounced yaya. The correct form will be haha. Okay, this is haha and this is yaya in English.
Okay.
Super important. I think he is allergic to crab or bolovanes. Comma, that comma is not necessary. Period, I don't know. Don't forget the apostrophes, eh? That's also necessary. I don't know, but it's funny to remember that. I love talking with my friends. They, periods. They make me smile with their crazy things. Period. That's apostrophe. What life is all about, in my opinion. Good job. So there are plenty of corrections in this case. The commas are super important to consider because these commas represent separation of sections, subordinate sentences and replacing sentences, but this is super advanced. I cannot teach you advanced spelling in this moment. I prefer to you that you use short sentences and periods. Short sentences and periods. And these modifications, study them for the rest of the course. Did you see the ing?
Yes.
That's super important. And this is the lesson that we are talking about. Screenshot so we can pass to the next one. Ready with the next one? Do you have your screenshot, Jimmy?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Awesome. The next text goes like this. Okay. There are a lot of things that make laughing, for example, make laughing. Okay. The word should be make me laugh. In this case, we cannot use the verb ing because this is an expression. Make me something, make me laugh, make me do, make me play. Always use a simple verb after. We always use a simple verb after the verb make me. Okay.
Okay.
Separate this with a period. Every time you say, for example, you are opening a new idea. For example, comma. I enjoy a lot of watching reels on Instagram. Good. Similar to the previous example, the word enjoy goes together with the verb and then use a lot after. In Spanish, we say me gusta mucho hacer. In English, it should be switch. I like do this, doing this. Okay?
Can you repeat that, teacher?
Sure. In Spanish, we say me gusta mucho hacer. In English, we need to colocate them mucho al final, to the end. I like doing blah, blah, blah.
A
A
lot.
lot.
Okay.
And the question here is, remember, every time you use the connector of is when you are connecting. Of is a connector. If you are not connecting anything, don't use of.
Okay. But it's
So-
not correct. It's not correct for the a lot of.
Are you connecting something?
Not really. I mean, I enjoy sorry watching watching reels a lot. That's all.
Exactly. Look at this. If you eliminate if you say a lot of, look at the example. I enjoy watching reels a lot of on Instagram.
Okay.
A lot of what?
A lot of reels.
A lot of reels, exactly. So the word reels is over here. Let's eliminate this one.
Okay.
I enjoy watching reels a lot on Instagram and Facebook about little animals like cats and dogs, comma, especially when they talk with a funny voice. Your algorithm. I usually send these reels, no? Okay, you want to say reels? Okay. Reels to my friends, my mom, and my boyfriend. I know they like it. Oh, everything was perfect until this moment. I know they like it. Are you talking about one reel only?
Not.
Any reels?
I
When you need to alternate.
I know they like them.
Exactly. Mhm. I know they like them a lot. And they laugh. Spelling. Laugh.
No.
Mhm. Good job. Laughing a lot is great. Very good application of the noun. Excellent job. When you start a sentence with a verb, you need to transform it to ing. Mhm.
Okay.
Good job. Laughing a lot is great. I think too is a good way. I think also. The word to only goes at the end.
At the end of the.
Mhm. Next observation is a good way. When you say, or when you open an idea, you cannot open an idea with a verb. The verb needs to correspond to something. The subject is mandatory in English. In Spanish, it's optional, but in English, it's not. So how do you translate? Es una buena forma. En español no tenemos un sujeto. But in English, we need to say it's.
Okay, it's a good thing.
It is a good way to unfocused of a problem. Okay. Unfocused of a problem. Why don't you use the word forget?
I don't know. I was thinking in focus, and you don't pay attention. For you don't pay attention. A problem. Oh, don't pay attention.
To distract you.
Yes. Um. mm, how do you say más adelante?
Further.
further, we use forget.
A while you can forget it and just be
Yes,
happy.
but okay. Yes, I was thinking in focus and forget.
Well,
But
the
no.
opposite of focus is distract.
Okay. Distract.
But this is tricky because when you use distract, you need a person. Why? Because hashtag English.
Okay.
Distract you of a problem. That's the best solution in this case. Or maybe just of a bad day. And for a while you can forget it and just be happy. In other view, you seem a warmer person. You seem like you need a connection.
Person.
There you have it. Screenshot.
Okay.
Right. Good. I am missing 3 writings that I have with you. Okay, let me do one more and we can continue with the next ones tomorrow. Okay, let's check this one. What makes me laugh? A few days ago, I heard have a good sense of humor is a sign of intelligence. Ah, okay. The word that you look is sign. The spelling is different. Okay, S-N, no, S-I-G-N. The G and the N switch. But precisely over here, I heard this should be a noun.
Having?
Heard that having a good sense of humor is a sign of intelligence. Got it? Why having? Because we are not talking about the verb. The best way to identify when you need a verb or when you need a noun is if it's necessary to say person verb complement, you need a verb. In this case, having a good sense of humor is the subject. Therefore, we need to transform it into a noun. Okay. I really enjoy laughing. Very good. On me more than on other people. Okay. It's the connector about. Laughing about me, about myself. More than about other people. The word laughing about is a like a phrasal verb. And it can change laughing with, laughing about, laughing over. That will be the difference. Most of the time it's about my defects and faults. Most of the time it's about my defects. The word defect is not used this way. Defect. A fault in something or in the way it has been made. Yeah. Defect is for physical creations or products. Okay. So if you're talking about a person, you must use the word weaknesses. Okay.
Okay.
Weaknesses and
With weaknesses include maybe I don't know, bad eye or strained nose.
bye-bye.
I don't have a teeth.
Well, that's also, it depends because you're not a product. So it will be like weaknesses. You can use the word disadvantage or disabilities. Disadvantage, disability. That's the word. Okay. So
Okay.
vocabulary. Advantage, disability. Faults can be, but again, it sounds like flaw. A flaw is a problem in a person. It can be either physical or whichever. Okay. In my mind, this is an excellent way to get over our psychology problems. Also, when I have a lot of stress in my work, do the little jokes. Who does little jokes? Person, verb, complement.
I
Exactly.
do.
Don't forget. Every time you work on a verb, you need a subject. I do little jokes. I do little jokes, period. Makes me feel better. What makes you feel better?
It.
It. Exactly. However, I don't have the same humor of most of the people. For example, for my brother, friends,
The series.
my brothers. Ah, the series?
The series Friends.
Okay. Okay. Then let's keep it over there. People, period. For example, comma. For my brother, comma. That TV show, Friends, is funny. We need to clarify because I don't know if you're talking about the series or you're talking about your friends, like the real word. But I don't think in that way. I think I have a dark humor. In order to this, I just think that more than a sign of intelligence, it's just manner to live a life. In order to this doesn't exist. Replace this with vocabulary, and let's use that's why and eliminate the comma. That's why I think that more than a sign of intelligence, it's just a way to live your life. We substitute the word manner for a way and a for your to make it more personal.
Okay.
There we have it. All right. Screenshot, study it, save it, and tip: the apostrophe that you need is not this symbol. The apostrophe that you need is using this next to the zero, because this is in the English. In the English keyboard is the symbol, but in the Spanish keyboard is the word next to the zero. Okay. If your computer is in Spanish, you need to use this button, not the other, next to the zero.
I thought, no, I think that I use that.
Really?
Yes.
Because it's different to type this one. Don't. This one is correct.
Next to the.
Creo que
Okay.
primero es el acento, más bien. Este es un acento. Y este es un apóstrofe. El acento lo pones con la tecla que está al lado de la ñ y el apóstrofe con la tecla que está al lado de del cero. Tomen nota todos. Entonces, en un examen oficial te puede ser contraproducente.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
Tips. Hashtag Fernandito Tips. Questions, people. No? Okay, perfect. So let's go tomorrow. Tomorrow we continue with the corrections. Excellent job. Very good class. Study. Practice. And if you have questions, let me know. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Thanks, teacher. Good night.
Thanks, teacher. Good night, everyone.
Bye, guys. See you
See
later.
you.
See you.
Bye. See
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Good night.